Welcome, people. Just going to wait for more people to come up on the live tonight. But welcome to Let the Youth Live. Yeah, this Crystalla. I'm just going to add you up, my darling. All right. That's it. Yeah. They're doing it. Hello.
Hello.
How are you, darling?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, all right, but shopping was mad. It's
Oh,
back
did you
to all
go?
that. Yeah, I literally got back about 5 minutes ago. There is all the shelves again, the rice, the toilet roll.
Oh,
Yeah, like, oh, it's crazy, man. But I made it back in time.
bless
I was
you. Yeah.
determined, man.
And it's rain as well.
Oh, no, it's not very nice out there at all.
No, it's not.
No. Now, I thought tonight, did you say about maybe doing like a recap of what we've been talking about in the last week?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Definitely. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Please share the show. We want as many people involved in the discussion. Last week was absolutely fantastic. We had so many people talking, ideas, solutions, and we really did discuss and break a lot of things down. But it was mad how there was a few things that everybody kept saying that they believed, if there was a difference there, things would be a lot better. So I'll big up to MFSK. He says, hello, cuties.
Hi.
Big up to Imarelli, Santi Holly. But literally, this podcast, this discussion is all about solutions. We want to work together. We're not here to be doing stuff just us. We believe together we can definitely make a difference. We can make changes, but we have to work together, support each other, and work together. So, yeah. What would you say last week, Crystalla? I'd say one of the main like things that everybody talked about was the social media and the platforms. And I mean, it's concerned me for a very long time.
I agree. I think obviously this is probably our second week doing this. So even from the first day that we started, social media has come up throughout all of it, as well as platforms like YouTube that are allowing people to post this stuff on the internet. So, I think the other thing that we spoke about was how they even getting the knives into the country, It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And definitely it's propelling the violence. I was hoping we'd be able to get Laws on, my daughter, because she's done a bit of research on social media and looked into the laws and, how they're protecting our children. So hopefully we'll be able to get her on. But we are only on for an hour tonight, and we will be finishing the show with the nationwide clapping for all the victims of knife crime and the ones that have been left and are left now still fighting to stay alive.
Literally.
Now, Crystalla had this idea last week or the week before, wasn't it? Because we actually started it last week, didn't we?
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, I mean, we all united to clap for the NHS. How many friends and family have we lost to knife crime? Violence, serious violence, gun crime. We've lost so many. This
Yeah.
is tribute to everybody who has lost their lives.
And to all the young people that don't have a voice, that can't say, I want to get out. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want this in my life. Like, there's sometimes it's not safe for them to speak, you know?
Yeah. I would be frightened being a young person. And the other thing as well, like we've both said it, is how young that they are children that are
Literally.
being groomed, taken to country. They're being given gifts of food and all sorts of things, and then all of a sudden they have this huge debt that they have to pay off. How frightening! Like, even as an adult.
Exactly. And half the time it's modern day slavery, you know, there's been cases of that. What people are not realizing is that they are children. The
This
law
is
is different. They are children.
And it is down to us to protect them children. And I
Yes.
just feel like we've let them down. We've let down a generation at least. Yeah. We're not protecting the children. They're not safe to go to school. They're being murdered on the way to school. They're being murdered outside of schools. They're being murdered in shopping centres, you know, restaurants, you know, fast food places,
Or even
shootings, murders.
cinemas, yeah.
Yeah. Places where, when we were young, that's what you did at the weekend. You went out with your friends. You went to the cinema. You went out shopping, you know, out with your friends. But your kids go out these days, you're thankful if they come back alive. And this is the fear of this is our fear. This is what we're living with. And what we were saying was that the media and the platforms are accelerating, even what's already happening out there. They're pushing that narrative. They're making us more like, it's adding to the fear. It's not helping with awareness, it's adding to the fear.
And the fuel.
Yeah, fueling it. Yep, definitely. Now, we definitely talked about, and a lot of people said this as well, there was two things, which was one, people sharing the violence and making it go viral.
Yeah.
People, that is something that we can all, like, people can make changes instantly, be part of the solution. Don't share the disgusting, horrifying murders.
Literally, it's got to stop.
And then if you witness somebody bleeding to death, a young person bleeding out on the street or in a park, wherever it is, ring for help. Like, ring, like, I just don't get it. I mean, we did say that, you know, we have heard that young people are scared to ring 999 in case, you know, people think they're snitching or whatever, by their details are on there. But like we said, it can't be that, because the person is bleeding to death.
Literally. I don't, it's so hard to put into words, kind of like how to explain to young people the importance of trying to save a life. And you're not, you know, of course there's snitching attached to a certain type of stigma, you know, when it's the case of, oh, well, if you're going to tell anyone, I'm going to make sure you're next. What kind of life is that for a young person?
Yeah. Now,
Do you blame them?
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
No, what just came to mind was what I sent you the other day of the 12-year-old that had been murdered by a 13-year-old, and I think it was a 13-year-old. But literally, they had suggested that he started selling drugs. Then when he said, yes, okay, he'll do it, the guy that suggested it spoke to somebody else, and they said, oh, he might be, I don't know, I don't trust him. A 12-year-old, we don't trust him. We're gonna, yeah. And then he murdered him. Like, yeah, I mean, this is why we are speaking out, both me and Crystalla. Like I've explained this a few times. We suffer with our own, you know, anxiety and stuff, but our children are dying. We need to come together as a unit. And I mean everyone across the UK, the whole nationwide.
Yeah,
Now,
it's not going to change otherwise.
I've just seen Laws is up on the live, so I think let's invite her on. So
yes,
about social media, and I also I'll invite her on. But I was just going to read out. Big up to Inchy. How you doing, man? He said we as a community have become desensitized to the level of violence. That's so true. And this is what we were saying to do with the social media and the big platforms promoting, like pushing that narrative. So it gives you the impression that, it's the norm. It's the norm. It's the norm
and
to
it's not.
post that awful stuff. Like the trauma involved of witnessing these videos of poor children being like slain.
Could you think of anything worse, sweet?
No, there's not.
I'm dumbfounded. With people that do have the ability to change this, I don't understand what's more important.
Yeah, exactly.
Than children.
It's about time people start taking responsibility. We all have a responsibility. I don't care who, you know, there's so many people out there just, the government needs to do something. We need to do something. And this is what this is all about. We want your input. We want solutions that you can think of that would work now. We're talking about stuff now that we can do. Right, let's get my daughter on. Big up to everyone locked in. All right. That's it. There we go. Right, she should be with us shortly. And keep an eye on the time if you can, but I'm going to try as well. Because last week we went past 6. Because at 6 o'clock we are doing the clap for the victims of knife crime. We would love you to join us. This is something we want you to share and let people know about, because this is our chance. You know, the first thing we can do in unity, if we can do that, we can pull together to do anything.
Yeah.
Big up to Craig as well, locked in.
Oh, hi Craig.
My grandson as well.
Oh,
the Versace baby. Bless him. Right. Where's Lauren? Let's have a look. Laws. Let's try again. But yes, luckily, Laws looked into the laws and, you know, all the guidelines. Oh, she's unable to join.
She said, invite me.
Yeah. It says, can't you invite us? Because I'm trying to invite you, yeah? Let's try it again. But if there's anyone out there as well who wants
finally, come on.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you.
I've literally got
Hey, it's my
baby.
Hello.
Oh my God.
I love you.
Yeah, he was taking forever and he wasn't letting me bloody come on live because he kept logging in, because obviously on both the phones
I just saw
logged
the
in.
baby.
Yeah, so he was logged in on one and then he basically declined the request. I was like, oh my God. So yeah.
I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah.
Glad, man. But the thing is, you know, like to see my grandson there again, you know, like we've got to think about, you know, our children's children and, you know, generations. If this continues at the rate that it's been going and is going, and it just seems to be accelerating, it's definitely not slowing down. And it's going to require us to do something. Now, where we spoke last week, one of the main things that everybody spoke about, social media, the platforms that, with the, you know, the big followers, the role models of our children, the ones they're all looking up to. And we talked about what could we do to social, to try and say, hang on a minute. But also we asked Laws if she would do a bit of research for us and see what guidelines are in place to protect our children on social media and platforms.
Well, the guidelines are that it's basically they've created like a handbook on Instagram, for instance, how parents can keep their children safe that are using the platforms. It doesn't basically show you any detail on how they are protecting your kids and protecting all the young people that are, using the site, whether or not that they should actually even be on there or not. It doesn't matter. Just users in general, they have said, it's basically up to the parents to supervise and basically make sure that they're using the platforms correctly. And yeah, they've created this handbook thing. They've created a handbook that it's basically like tips and stuff, how to, like put, I don't even know if it's like content locks and things like that, but it's basically like if you were to look up certain things, you can bar certain words from being looked up and things like that. But it's all parents having to do it. It's not
the responsibility on us
doing it. Yeah. Okay.
And then the other thing as well, didn't you say that there's nothing in place to protect them from viewing murders or violence?
No, similar to what I said last week about, that they've just introduced the sensitivity screens, is that pre-warning you that, there's this content that, you might want to check before you want to, click on it to view it. But besides that, I haven't seen anything else really that is protecting kids from seeing that. It's just out there. But I think that if they are putting them sensitivity screens on these posts, they should just know that.
Wouldn't you just remove it?
Yeah, it just needs to be taken off.
Copyright.
Yeah, because the way how quick that they are to take down things, like they shut off my live the other day, because I was playing a song in the background, and the song in the background is who was it? I think it was Lil Durk or something. But they shut my live off just because I was playing a song. But yet there's people on Instagram that are posting up guns, knives, just people fucking hurting each other, and yet they're allowed sensitivity screens and it's allowed to stay up, basically. I don't get that. I actually don't get that. But they think that that's a strategy in order to keep people from just instantly viewing something that is traumatic, that they're basically like, view it at your own risk. But people are gonna want to click on it to see what's on the other side of the screen. So it's not really protecting, because people are gonna be like, what is this then? Do you get what I mean? They'll still click on it.
So it's more enticing, really, isn't it? Because everyone wants something they can't have. So if you can't see something, as a young person, you're going to be like, well, I want to see.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now, anytime I've mentioned to anyone, like just saying, I can't work it out exactly what Laws just said, because I'm always getting done for copyright, even though artists give me that music. So I'm forever disputing. But they're so quick to do it. And everyone I speak to, they're like, it's because of money. That's why they're doing it. There's no money in them locking off the violence. So this is the question we're asking everyone. We want suggestions, like, how do we get social media, big platforms with loads of following, even down to mainstream media, how do we get them made accountable? They're putting they're accelerating the violence. The violence is going viral. And I know we all have a part to play, the people who are passing that on, you know, sharing it in WhatsApp groups and all of that. That needs to stop. Like, literally, I'm sick of saying it to people. It needs to stop, because you're adding.
If they want to share it, then that's obviously to like try and show people, oh, this is what I've seen and this is what I'm going to talk about. But maybe
it should be at the consent of the victim. Sorry, Laws.
Exactly.
You're right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It should, if you want to, it should be at the consent of the victim, shouldn't it, really?
Of course, yeah. And what about the poor, you know, the parents who are witnessing the death, the death of their children?
Let me tell you something as well, yeah. Even after, so obviously I'm going to talk about King Von here, yeah. He's an American rapper again. Obviously, that's one of my favourite rappers and stuff. He not earlier on this year, he passed away in November to gun violence in America. And his autopsy photos and his photos, like, as he died, they're all over the internet and it was going viral. And it's of my favourite rapper, you know, lifeless, and people are sharing that, and it's not something that my eyes could unsee. It was very traumatic, and there is them sort of photos circulating the internet as well. So it's not just like, you know, how someone's died or whatever. It's actual, you know, like photos of them actually dead as well, deceased. Like, it's not, it's that was hard for me to get over. Still to this day, it's still like is in my head. You
cannot unsee what you have seen.
That's what I mean.
Now, I know there's so many people out there like that believe it is for awareness, right? But literally, what you are doing, you've witnessed the trauma. You have a trauma. You've seen something horrific, or you just can't believe it. So you want to share that with somebody else, and you want to put what you've just felt and the things you've seen, you're putting that onto other people. We have a responsibility, literally. That's something we can actually, it's part of a solution that we can all take part in. I mean, I know we don't already share it between us, but I must say, I shared a video and I should have watched right to the end. It was somebody who is considered a leader, a community leader. I posted it up. I've taken it off now. But I didn't realise at the end of it, he'd put a murder.
Oh.
Yeah. And the same person, it's about 3 times I've witnessed murders. So this is a message that everybody who is wanting to, you know, be part of a solution. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend, like, don't be sharing that on. Do your part. Do your bit. If you're not doing anything else, don't add to it.
As well, yeah, in, you know, like other situations, like, for example, if you do an actual crime, there's joint enterprise, right? So it's basically like you're a part of what's happened, isn't it? So like, you think they should start actually like getting people into trouble that are trying to be involved and pass on, you know, that sort of like footage and things like that, because that is a joint enterprise. It's like you've basically assisted in making sure that like that murder gets seen. Like, what
literally, this is what we were saying. They need to be held accountable.
And
that is a joint enterprise sort of thing, though, isn't it? Because it's it's whether or not they realize it or not, they're literally they're part of the problem. They're part of the problem, and you're as bad as the person who basically killed them because you're there passing on the fucking footage. And it's like you agree with it. I don't care, even if your caption says, "Oh my God, look at what happened." What are you doing? You're posting
it up, describe it a bit to someone. Don't actually send them the footage. But there's a very, very good film that is a short film that Paul Mackenzie did. And it's about somebody who witnesses something they film it, they go viral.
Yeah.
And it's the ins and outs. You know, if you're working with somebody's mind who just thinks about getting viral, likes, but definitely check that out. He's done a few. I think that one's called Karma. Don't quote me, but check out all his films anyway, because they are, yeah, proper, like, yeah, break it down for you. And yeah, he's brilliant, Paul McKenzie. So follow him up, check out all his films. But that in particular was about somebody who does that, and shares it, and all they care about, they don't care about anything else apart from getting the likes and getting it to go viral. Now, our children are worth more than that. Like, it's horrifying what's going on. Just want to big up everybody locked in right now. Boss Grizzy, he's saying, is everyone's singers on here? Have you heard my singing?
Good few years ago, but not anymore.
You've got
only Laws. Laws is the singer.
We want you singing again, though, Crystalla. We do.
Yeah,
Stop
singing.
I love you.
Singing.
Boss Grizzy says, preach. Mr. Biz joined. Big up to you. If anyone would like to come up and join in the discussion, anything you want to talk about in relation to what we've just been speaking about, we'd love to hear from you. Please request us. We would love to get you up on the live. So yes, so there's a lot that people can be doing, because I always hear people saying like, oh, I just don't know what to do, or like, we've spoken about a lot of things that people can actually start implementing kind of, yes, immediately. They're not posting on the violence, they're not sharing it, they're not filming it.
Please stop, Chuck.
I was busy. You trying to have a collab? Should have to speak to you about that another time, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in regards to the social media and the, you know, the platforms, and I think it was Peace and Love Movement that suggested that, you know, we think about getting some kind of influencer, celebrity involved who can help push it.
That would be good.
Because, I mean, we had people suggesting they wanted it completely banned for kids. Which I think,
what, social media,
yeah,
because they have access to iPhones and fucking tablets and all this, that they're like, it's hard.
And I feel for parents in a way. It's like they're so frightened for their kids that they want them to have a phone so that they can always get hold of them, and always. So in parents' mind, you know, like, oh, if he hasn't got his phone, then, but they tell you, like, the council or whoever you go, you know, like if you have problems with your child, they suggest, right, as a punishment, take their phone, take their laptop. But a lot of parents don't even know the password of their kid's phone. A lot of parents won't even contemplate taking the phone.
But also there's a lot of kids that don't have parents, like the kids in care, you know,
exactly.
like,
so how,
who's going to monitor their phone? Because trust me, as key workers, you can try, but you know, that's their personal property. Can't just go in and look through their stuff.
And this is why it keeps coming back. It's got to come from social media. Like, it's got to come from them, like Instagram. They need to set up the protection in place for our children. But I can't even comprehend that they're even able to do, like, have this huge, massive platform. And it's killing our children.
No, I know, Laws. I know, sweets.
But
I know.
yeah, we really want more ideas. You know, because we've talked to all of us about, you know, starting a petition. But Peace and Love Movement, they said, is long. I knew it was long. They're doing one. It took looking at a couple of years easily. Yeah, they're hoping to join us tonight, Peace and Love Movement, but they are out. Oh, big up to them, yeah. They are out doing a knife. They're actually installing a knife bin somewhere.
Yeah.
So big up to them, because they do a lot of work, raising the money for the knife bins, and they're out installing one tonight. So yeah, big up to them. But if they can join us, they said they definitely would.
I wonder why they don't have one of them or something like that in Peckham. Because...
Well, do you know this? I've read there's one on Dockingham Hill. Did you know about it? No. And then I'm sure I've heard people talking about they're not as straightforward as just putting a knife in there. You know, like there's other.
What is the other parts to it then? What do they have to write? An envelope or something?
Can't remember. Or people being nicked on the way there. You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I can imagine.
and then the other thing, the video that Paul McKenzie did do that I posted up, where he's talking about the media and the fact that talking about seeing things from a young person's perspective.
Absolutely.
And the way he broke all that down to do with what they're witnessing on the social media, all the media outlets, on the huge platforms on YouTube, all that they're witnessing is making them even more fearful, to the point that they're like, I better get myself a knife. In fact,
literally,
I better get myself the biggest knife there is. So which is devastating to think that's, but I'm not surprised, because that is the narrative that we see pushed everywhere in music. I mean, what's getting pushed on the mainstream stations.
Oh yeah.
It's about time people listen to the lyrics, exactly what's being said. I'm all up for real rap. I'm all up for, sick rappers telling their story. But there's some horrific stuff being said, and it's getting millions of views, and it's getting supported, and it's getting promoted. So rappers and stuff are not going to say no when they're getting paid.
Well, yeah,
they're
literally.
throwing money at them. Yeah, and they're throwing lots of money at them to keep pushing that narrative.
But it's only happened like quite recently, because it's only recently it's getting endorsed more. Do you get what I mean? Like before, it really,
I don't know.
It was looked at as like it was like some underground sort of like shit. Like, do you get what I mean? It weren't like anything anyone really fucked with. It was just like
Oh, you mean in the way it's gone kind of commercial?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. But no one really cared for drill and all this. But it's like over the last, in the last 3 years in particular, it's just gone.
3 years,
yeah, it's gone more like commercial, and it shouldn't have been allowed to get there.
No, it's true.
I think the issue is that there's influences everywhere, and whatever makes money is what is what's going to be pushed, isn't it?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, our young people are always going to be a target.
Yeah.
Because they're like sponges, you know?
Are. They're walking targets, no matter where, whether they're like finding out recently that they're getting groomed in school. Like, on the way to school, after school, outside the chicken shops, outside the school, but in school as well.
Yeah. It's devastating, isn't it?
It is. It is heartbreaking.
I think what hurts the most is that people can't come together to get it addressed. Like, I don't care what type of professional you are. I don't care how much of a bad parent you think you are. We're at a critical time where you need to step up. We can't keep blaming the young people.
No, it's about doing and now.
Exactly.
I've noticed there's it's been quite a few patrols have been set up, but we need to get them kind of linked up with other boroughs to get them all over, because we literally need patrols everywhere. We talked about the bleed control kits that we know will save lives right now. Big up to Daniel Baird Foundation for all their hard work getting these kits out there, actually researching them, you know, getting them made, getting them out there. Now we are fully with Lynn, and we also want these kits over across the whole of the UK. They need to be everywhere, so at least no matter who is bleeding, we can at least try to save them. While everyone's talking about, well, what we could be doing, or, you know, big discussions about sentencing, or, you know, but we literally haven't got time right now for that.
No, and I think every borough, they should be having a count of how many knives they take off the streets, how many young, you know, how many young kids, how many have we saved this week, how many have we missed? What's going on with the safeguarding in this country? We're supposed to be protecting vulnerable children and adults. Does it not matter to people? No, because everyone just wants to make money, didn't they?
Well, I think I said to you, Crystalla, that I was doing a bit of research last night, and I could see that they're trying to get some new law in to do with serious violence relating to, knife crime, gun crime, homicides. It's on this. They've been trying to get it through. It's been nearly 2 years, and basically, from what I can gather, it's the public health approach, which we know it worked for Glasgow, but it's in its second reading. So I don't know how long it takes when it gets into the second reading. I can't remember, but I know it's not a quick process. So it's not even come through yet. And this is what the government are doing as a plan. Now, they are 10-year plans. It's really good that they're doing it, and they put it in, you know, 2 years ago. But we need something else in place now. So if there's out there, you know, who knows anything about Cobra, like how do we get, you know, to be seen emergency laws? This is something that's affecting the whole of the UK. It's nationwide. It is a crisis. The figures 2 years ago, it was the highest ever since 1946 of knife crime and death. That was 2 years ago. We've asked how many people, everybody's saying it's worse now.
Yeah.
Have some input from everyone up on the live, please. Just let us know if you've got any ideas.
Well, again, it's worse now because of social media, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's what we had, didn't we? We had M came on, and she was saying she noticed it was when social media started.
Yep, literally.
I mean, the kids all had the Blackberries, didn't they, first? And that was like, that was the thing. Right. There was a lot going on with that. And then social media started. But it is out of hand.
It is out of hand. And again, they can't stop it. They don't want to stop it. It's too much time and money. So it's all right. Let's just let all of our children just be at the hands of all these perpetrators. That's great. That's a great thing to be celebrating and being part of the UK, isn't it? Of being such a multi-international country, is to just let our kids die. That's mature.
And that's what it just seems to be. And it just seems to be a lot of distractions that people are easily distracted with, when the reality of our kids are dying. They can't even go to the park to play. They can't. So we're putting it out there. We want everyone who's about solutions to join us.
It's bad.
Let's work together.
It's bad. It's dangerous out there. I mean, I know it's bad, and there's been so many years of certain, you know, things growing up as a teenager that you probably do experience, you know, but knife crime, murder, exploitation, it shouldn't be things that kids go through. If you want to go and do your crimes, go and do your crimes. Just leave our kids alone.
And that's what I believe. Like, it feels like that's what we need to be stepping up, all of us, and saying, they are kids, they're our kids, leave them alone. They're praying. Somebody put a comment on one of our posting, and they said, it was on Paul's post, and they said, pray group. that's what our kids have got. Prey groups, people preying on them. If it's not,
Literally,
groomers, drug dealers, like you said, child exploitation, like all the country thing. I mean, when I was thinking about it the other night, I remember years and years ago when I first started hearing, like, I remember Law saying to me, yeah, so and so up, like it was like no one really understood. The older people didn't really understand. I just thought the kids were going, for a break.
I mean, I can only be honest. I've witnessed kids being exploited from a very young age. Nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is that it's more accessible now, in the sense of, you can go online and you can find, footage of certain victims and things like that. But the level of abuse hasn't really changed. It's just, there's just more of it around because we're able to locate it a lot quicker, which I don't understand how this can't be used to our advantage.
That's what I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
What are people doing? Wake up. I can't take it anymore. I actually can't take it. I can't take it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of world I'm living in anymore. Like, honestly, how can you sit here and tell me that we don't have a pandemic on our hands with young people?
Exactly.
How?
That is the real pandemic.
And yet COVID is bloody taking over at the minute and getting all the focus.
Now they managed to get in and do the emergency laws for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they snuck a few others in as well that are not going to be beneficial for anybody, like any young people. But that's what we need to be going for. Do you know what I did? It reminded me as well. I saw something where they're going to, I know there's a march on the 3rd of July, but I also saw somebody was going, they were organising something to go to Matt Hancock's house.
Oh,
right?
Right.
Yeah. And it reminded me, a few years back, a lady suggested that we all march, that we go to MPs' houses.
Yeah, go outside their front door.
Yeah, because they're going to take notice of it. So I think we should.
Yeah, but with COVID restrictions, they'll just slap us with some kind of fine.
£10,000 fine. Yeah.
And that's exactly why we're doing the clap, because you can't find me for clapping.
Yeah, exactly. Is it nearly time for the clap? Where are we?
We are allowed outside. Yes, we are. Yes. Just a shame that our kids can't go outside and be safe, innit?
Yes, exactly. Like, I used to go out playing 40-40, knock down ginger. You couldn't even dream of letting a kid,
No.
It's like the worst horror films you could imagine, but that is our children's realities.
Literally.
I just want to big up the general as well. Man, like, salutes, man. Big up to you. JS Kieran as well. He's saying that would be a mad one. IGI Giddy. We need your input, guys. We need your input. Because it's got to change, and it's going to take us to do it. So we're looking for.
Do we know where these MPs' houses are?
Yeah, we'll get a list.
So why don't we write like a letter or something to them?
Well, do you know? I just want to say this, right? Do you know Gwenton? Do you know Gwenton? Ah, right. He was training the police in, like gang. He's got a very powerful story. He works. He was in prison, but then went to Scotland Yard, and he's got loads of books out. Great guy. There's loads. You need to know all of, look into him whenever you can, right? I have got an interview with him as well. But I listened to an interview he was doing with a friend of mine, and they talked to him about, what can people do, with all this knife crime. He said, you write letters and emails when you have a problem with your appliance and stuff. Yeah. He said, if everybody wrote a letter that had to be responded to, it's something physical and he believes that would work if everybody wrote a letter.
Because because the response that you get is...
Even if, imagine if we wrote a letter and we just photocopied it 1,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
And just put it
and
in
they just put their signature.
Yeah.
I
And we
love
just
that
send
idea.
it. Yeah, we just go put it through their door.
We'll do that.
Yeah. Because you can't ignore 10,000 letters, can you? That come through your fucking door.
No, exactly. Well, we've been looking for more than 10,000, right?
No, but I was just...
We want loads.
Yeah.
We do.
But I really liked that idea, and it was just something that stuck with me because I always wanted to speak to him again about it. Just
we should find out what ones actually have children that are able to go outside and attend places and things like that, because imagine if they have kids that's in the same age brackets that we're going on about. I wonder what sort of life that they're living in comparison to how our ones are having to live. Do you get what I mean? So realistically, they should be able to, in a sense, like correlate and understand where we're coming from like a parental view as well. Do you get what I mean? Like, and we should. Yeah, but then obviously some people they don't care because it doesn't affect them, innit? And it doesn't affect their kids. And
what I have discovered from talking to quite a few people, because I kept saying, knife crime and these affect us all, and people have said to me, well, it doesn't, because the rich people in the rich areas, it doesn't concern them at all. Because it doesn't affect them. But the poor people who live in the rich areas, it's affecting them.
That's not that true. And I'll tell you why. Because at some point, every child is a target regardless of where you come from.
Yeah, see, I think
at some point it's going to hit the richer communities, and then let's see. Yeah,
but
because it will.
JS here, and he's saying the MP house ting, that would be a mad one. Yeah, a letter would be good. Lots of letters. Big up to Queen Phoebe as well. So I think we've come up with a few things tonight, and I like the letter. I love that. But we're going to be doing our clap very, very soon. So for anybody who's up on the live, we would love you to join us, but we want you to share this. We want you to let people know that every Friday at 6 p.m. we come out of our house, out of the window, and we clap as a tribute to all the knife crime victims, all the children that have lost their lives. And we're going to clap for the ones who are still here, who are fighting to stay alive.
Exactly, and to let them know that we're fighting their corner even if they can't.
To let them
That's
know.
it. Yeah, it's about the young people. Like, do you know what I mean? This is ridiculous. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I've just never in my, honestly, guys.
I never imagined this. When I was younger, I never ever thought this would be children are killing children. Yeah,
literally.
I was thinking about it. For that to even be happening, it means there's a lot of things that are not in place.
I think as well, a big, very frigging big factor is mental health. And I say this because it affects how people, process things that happen to them and process situations that they're in and whatever. It's like, it's one thing being young and then having an immature mind and being childish, but the capacity that these young kids have now is like they're lacking something. Do you get what I mean? They're lacking the support and the help, and it is reflected in their decision making and their obviously what they fall into. So mental health and being supported, that probably whether or not it's through parents, carers, whatnot, but it needs to be offered in schools. It needs to be mandatory. Do you get what I mean? Care for the child's mind, because that's the biggest frigging problem that they'll probably have to face. Do you get what I mean? Like battling with how they feel about situations. Like, they need someone to talk to. They need someone to weigh up, like, you know, how to deal with these situations that they might be in. Yeah, and it should literally help their decisions in, you know, what they choose to do about things, instead of taking it like, oh, I know I feel violated, so I'm just gonna do this because this is all I know.
Just doing it,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, emotional maturity
is a proper, man. Like, mental health ain't a frigging joke. Because I can even say that, like, even in school. Sorry. I don't know.
He was growling last time.
Bless him. But what was I saying? I didn't even. Remind.
Oh, the general saying, the lady with the ID speaking facts. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. I'll big up to my sis as well, Sophie. Family bullies. Yeah, I'm very proud of Sophie. I'm trying to persuade her to come up on the live one week, because we definitely need to hear from her. She's got a lot of things in the pipeline at the minute for disadvantaged young people, but she's just like us, you know what I mean, wants to save lives. Big up to you, my darling. I'm so proud of you. I really, really am. JST says mentoring is vital, especially these days. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Salute the general. He's saying it wasn't ID. It must have been spell check. He said the one with the kid. That's my daughter. Salute. Laws.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we're not anything that we are saying. We're just talking truth. We're not here to, you know what I mean? This is how we genuinely are feeling, how we're seeing things, and we know from the amount of people we had on last week, there's so many people that feel the same. And I'm not surprised. It's heartbreaking. We've got Lord Vishnu.
I'm back now.
I hope you're going to behave yourself tonight, Lord Vishnu, because that wasn't very nice last week.
We have so much fun killing, selling jobs. What I'm saying, hold on. Before what do you call it? Before obviously I had to come off of here, I was saying about how even when I was at school, obviously it's a vulnerable time, and it's a vulnerable, like, delicate age as well. You think about it, like, when you're in secondary school, this is where everything happens. This is where everything happens. That's the school that they go to is crucial in how they progress in life and progress and make the right decisions. In my school, I'm surrounded by this gang there, this gang there, this one, that one. What do you think I was like in school? Do you get what I mean? It's only now that I'm a mum that I'm different. Yeah,
you've certainly changed.
I have calmed the fuck down, but I have never ever. Listen, people was out here trying to kill me, People was out here killing me. I've been stabbed before, I've been.
That's a whole nother show.
Listen, I've been stabbed before, People that I've been around, I've had to fucking witness things, So I know firsthand how that feels, and the situation that I was in. Like, I can relate to the, you know, like, just everything that these kids are going through, because I've fucking lived it myself. Not saying it's on the same extent, but I've been in a situation like that, and obviously shit has happened. But in school, it would have helped so much if there was relatable frigging people that have dealt with me, and was in my ear like, why are you frigging doing that for? Do you get what I mean? Like, you need to stop.
That's what I mean.
That.
Someone sensible.
Someone sensible, If someone was in my ear saying to me, going, why did you dig that person up for? Or why did you do this for? There's other ways around frigging dealing with things. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that's definitely a whole other show, We're going to do that as a topic, I think, for next week. Right, I
Yeah,
think
that'll
we're
be
going to
cool.
round it off tonight because we are going to do the clap for the victims of knife crime and the ones that have been left. You know.
Yeah, we haven't forgotten about you guys. Like, we're still fighting, and we will continue to fight.
We are determined, and we're looking for like-minded people who want solutions, who want to make
Yes,
change.
we
I
do.
can't bear like any other mothers losing children. Like, I just, yeah, we can't just, if we, I think it was Mr. Payne that came on and he said, if you do nothing's going to happen. So it's down to us. And I just want to say big up to everybody who's taken part in the last couple of weeks, been involved, supporting what we're doing, adding to, you know, all the ideas and the solutions. Massive love to Sophie. I think she's got bad connection on the train. And she was just saying something about disadvantaged kids. She doesn't like that. Yeah, neither do I. But I think that's what it had on the thing that you were doing. But yeah, I know what you mean, darling. Massive shout out to Mafiella as well. Enough love to you, my darling. Yes, Math, we definitely want you to join next time, all right? We definitely want to hear from you. Okay, so next week, yeah? Right, it's time. We are going out now. We're going outside my house. But we need you lot to share, like, to spread the word. Because literally, we want to see everyone coming out in the very near future, all right? To pay respects to the young people that have lost their lives. And we, like you said as well, Crystalla, that we want the ones who are fighting now to stay alive. Yeah. To be staying alive, that they know that, you know, there's people out there that are trying to do something. Yeah. And not just being left to just face these atrocities. It's, yeah.
Exactly.
It's not right, man.
There's ones that can't talk, you know?
Like,
what about the kids that can't talk? Oh, don't know what I broke, but anyway. What about the kids that can't talk or don't have a voice?
Exactly.
What about the kids that are trapped in houses that can't get out?
Yeah.
They're the people I care about, you know? That's who we're clapping for. So they know that we're not giving up fighting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm going out now.
I'm going out too.
We're going out. But literally, we want, I'm going to have to put this up actually.
How do you
do it? But we want, basically, we want people to have posters in windows like they did for the NHS. You know, we want everybody coming out in unity across the UK.
Literally.
To clap for all the victims. I mean, we've lost so many family.
Yeah, we
friends.
have.
Well, are we going to clap?
Time.
Too ready. I'm ready when you're ready.
Right. We could have done with the air horn again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know that.
I know. Next week, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
This is for the victims, the knife crime.
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
Woo! We're going to keep fighting.
People fighting to stay alive. We want everybody around the UK. Tribute.
Hopefully.
To our young people.
Yeah. Woo! Yes. We're fighting for you. We are.
Just remember our young people that have lost their lives.
The fight is real.
Let's make changes, people.
And for all you kids that are trapped right now and can't get out, just know that we're thinking of you and we're fighting for you. We're fighting for you.
We're fighting for you all.
Yes.
Clap for the victims of knife crime.
And thank you to everyone who tuned in this week to support what we're doing.
Now, please, people, share. Let people know.
Yes, sweet. Woo!
That's what I mean. How many have we lost?
Too many, May. We lost how many? 3 last week that we know of?
Let's work together, people.
Oh.
We can do this. I believe we can.
Yeah, we can. Look how many people we've touched already, sweet.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Pray, mate.
Oh. Amen.
Amen.
This is good, girl. Oh, I know, babes.
And we just,
look at
every week, we let more and more people know.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
This is
you,
an
Lord, babes.
opportunity for people to come together and remember the victims.
Yeah,
and
we
the
need
ones out
to.
there still. Yeah.
It's a war. It's a war on our young people,
Yeah.
you know? And we have to fight this. It's modern day slavery. It's child abuse. It's neglect. It's, you know.
You're right. It's all of that.
Abduction. It's kidnap. It's, you know, all of these things that you can possibly think of that's happening to our young people.
Yeah. And these are children.
Literally, children. Children.
It's our natural instinct should be to protect children.
Yeah. You'd think, right?
Yeah. And we've got adults preying on our children.
I know. Well, all I can say is that we're just going to keep fighting for what we believe in.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a good few people that have been really having our back and supporting us, and
yeah,
you know,
definitely.
vice versa, and that's what counts. So when are we back, sweet?
Next week, definitely. So yeah.
Cool.
So I think we should try and do more lives than we did this week.
Yeah.
If possible. Because I feel like, yeah, I've got a couple more solutions that I've thought about that we'll talk about next week. That nobody else has mentioned. So I think that's going to keep us going for at least for 1 or 2 shows, I reckon.
Brilliant.
Plus, as well, what Lauren was talking about, I think we should do, you know, structure a show around that, what she was talking about, what it was, you know, like the mental health, very important, and then also the people around you who are not helping. Yeah.
Because it'll be interesting, you know, because everything's interlinked when it comes to young people. So
yeah.
It's going to be interesting to, you know, because mental health has a factor in knife crime, drugs has a factor in knife crime, domestic violence has a factor in knife crime, poverty has a factor, you know, all these things, they all join together. It's not one particular thing, you know.
No, that's the thing. It's a combination of all different things. So I think it's about us all, you know, agreeing on the ones that are the top, that we all think, yes, that needs to be, and actually work on that, which is what we're doing, looking into the laws, looking into how, you know, we can go and get that done, whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say as well, family bully Sophie, she's saying, what she actually is doing, connecting urban communities to the equestrian world. Yeah. And she's let me know a wicked guest as well that we can have on one time. A guy, amazing story.
Yeah, I look forward to
Sophie has an amazing story too, and we definitely want you on as well, my darling. But that's what she's trying to do. So, you know, young people can go and, you know, learn about horses. Have access to horses.
They're really therapeutic.
Yeah.
Amazing spiritual animals. Very, very healing. So I've been told. A few of my young people's done that before.
Yes, because me and Sophie were talking, because I know I'm going to be going over there. And she said about you as well, and if there was some young people that you had in mind that would like that.
Oh, cool! Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm saying, I'm so proud of Sophie. Like, because we've been talking for a long while now, and she has the same passion, like this, exactly the same as us. You know, into doing, no messing about. You know what I mean? Anything, the solution, she's on it. She's supporting it. She's promoting. So big up.
Wicked.
Yeah, I'm proud of you too as well.
I'm proud of
Really,
you too,
really
both of you.
Oh.
Proud of all of us.
Yeah.
You know, not many people just come out of their day to try and help a cause, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And we've all got, you know, other things going on, issues and stuff. And this is so important to us. It is top of my list for priorities.
Literally. I live it, I breathe it every day.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're out there saving lives, and you've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, bloody hell.
You know what you're talking about as well. When you talk to us, like, we know that's the voice of experience, of actually.
I worked hard for it. I wanted to make sure I was the best of the best. If I'm gonna say I want to be someone who champions and safeguarding or who wants to know how to protect kids, I'm gonna make sure that I do my job, innit?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's been times when, like, you know, the kids might be like, I hate her, but they know full well that if there was ever a situation or if they need protecting, I'm gonna do it regardless. We might fall out, you might slam your door, you might not like me, but I've saved your life. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Genuine love, genuine caring. That's you're a blessing, my darling.
So are you. So are all of us. We're all here, you know, and we have this ability now to speak to everyone. And, you know, I just urge any young people to just, boy, do your best to get out of it, man. I'm telling you, because the trauma that you're going to give yourself in years to come, you're going to be, you know, you don't want to be the next generation that teach the next generation.
No, exactly.
That's not you. You need to break that. And, you know, only us together can do that.
Yes. And we want to hear from more young people, because we haven't really had any young people on, have we?
I told you, young people, man, and talking, honestly.
Because we need to know, you know, what they think will work, we need to have their input.
We do.
Was it you that suggested as well about having the young people's parliament?
Yeah.
I think
that would be brilliant.
I thought it was amazing when you suggested that.
But actually, love and peace and love movement. They said to me that there's something like a youth board she was trying to explain to me. So once I get some more information about that, sweet.
Because I know there's a young guy, because I've posted him up before, and I know he's young and he talks in Parliament. So maybe that's the group that you're talking about. So I'll have a look into that as well, the guy that I posted up. But he's amazing. So
that'd be brilliant.
Something, you know, and that is good if they have, because I think that's definitely needed. Definitely. But that was a great idea. Hopefully that they have started, you know, working on something like that. But they need to have the young people involved. Definitely.
They do. But I think I've got to go because I think someone's at my door.
Oh, visitors.
Can you hear my dog?
No. I bless you, my darling.
I bless you.
Always, all right? Mwah.
I love you all. Thank you.
Off the live, all right? But catch us all next week, okay? If you need us for anything, just DM us, all right? Love, respect to everybody. We're
love
all
you
about
all.
Solutions, and we want to hear from you, all right?
Yes, we do. Please. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Faye. Thanks, Laws.
Oh, thank you, Crystalla. Thank you, Laws.
Bye.
My baby over there. Woo! Nanny's coming to see you tomorrow. Right. We're out. Oh, where is she? Mwah. Nanny, love you. Thanks for joining us as well. All right. Big up to everyone who locked in this evening. We're definitely back next week. It's all about solutions. Please, if you can, share the nationwide clap. We need your assistance to share it, get as many people on board. I mean, we don't care. We started this 2 weeks ago. We will continue to do it, but we want you to join us, okay? Actually stand up in unity and let's do something together, all right? Enough love, yeah, respect to you all, all right? Have a lovely rest of your evening, all right? I'm out here.